of the key point which I don't need to repeat it. So that's why I'm quite sure that's that's also for getting the introduction of the various speakers. I'm slightly different than other speakers because almost everyone is coming from the academic background or the professional background. But I'm an entrepreneur and I've just started my business from the scratch level. And I just whatever experience I gathered on the basis of my experience, I like to share a few of the points as the student disruptive innovation in higher education. And of course, as Bhushan Dewan is rightly pointed out that Google, I love to say that Google is, sometimes it is called as Google Uncle, sometimes it's called as Google Auntie. Because the people, wherever they need it, they are just going through the Google to know the knowledge. People don't bother because that because of the location, the map, lot of the value-added services coming frequently, which we do not know which will be the next. So that's one of the, I'm quite sure, the key reason that the education system is also changing a lot. I think he himself is also mentioned that 3 years back he was not interact with the Facebook. And just if I'm not wrong, right? So 3 years back he was not interact with the Facebook. So that means I'm quite sure now he realized that without Facebook it's simply impossible nowadays to realize how the life is going on. At the same time, I'm quite sure that the faculty, those who already started before 30 years or 40 years, those who already proudly represent to the society or the education area, that yes, they are the proud faculty, those who have the long background. But I'm quite sure that nowadays, without technology, it's simply impossible to get interact with the student. Because you need to know the technology. Because say Bhushan Dewan, when he is going through his speech, suddenly he already understood that few of the students are not attentive. So that's why he rightly pointed out. But keep in mind, because if he or the faculty or the education system is going through in such a way, the student don't feel bored. And they will always feel confidence and always they are feeling charming that what should be the next. Because otherwise what will happen, nowadays the traditional way, if the education system is going on, I'm sure the student will feel sleepy. And a lot of cases, that when the teacher is going through the blackboard, I think they don't know that what students are going through. Even when I was also a student in 1983, 84, I'm really surprised that our teachers, in that time we also understood that the teacher, when they already started the teaching in the blackboard, we already all of our friends, we started gossiping. And we already tried to discuss among ourselves what should be our next course of action, besides putting our concentration on the teacher. But nowadays, I'm quite sure the technology is very fast moving. So, of course, I think this education system need to also transform, considering the educational trend. I'm sure that I saw that some of the poster is already hanging with the ISME. The Peter Drucker is also mentioned in one of his quotation that after 20 years, the 50% or more than 60% university will be closing down in USA. And even that due to cause of this disruptive innovation in higher education, no doubt. I'm quite sure a lot of the tools is also growing very fast. And we don't know which one will be the best suitable for our institute. Someone is using Blackboard, someone is using Moodle. And that the Google is also coming very fast. 5 years back, they also took one plan. Their major intention to grab the educational system in the next 10 years. So that's why the Google is also established the Google Classroom. I'm quite sure that a lot of the academician is already aware about the Google Classroom. And Google Classroom is going to be one of the popular tools for the educational system. And day by day, they are also giving the opportunity to the other operator to incorporate with their system, because some of them maybe do not have some facility with the Moodle and the Blackboard and other Coursera, those who already established some of the facility. But Google is already inviting all of other players that please come in my platform and try to put in your efforts so that the vastly I should the education system need to transfer it from the one platform. So that means where the education system will be going, I think a lot of cases we do not know. At the same time, he also mentioned in his speech that he already find one of his students that after completion his MBBS, he come to the institute to complete the MBA. That means the education system need to be also changed considering the career mapping. because our education system and whole world, I'm quite sure that nowadays still the career mapping is not the right point. Because I'm sure that nowadays, I think the career mapping need to be transformed first semester or second semester or third semester. Because otherwise what happened, the textile engineer will go to work as a banker. That should not be fair enough. And that's the educational, I'm quite sure, the indiscipline also revealed by this way. You know that the chemist, he completed his honors or masters in the chemistry, but you know, the lot of cases he is working in an accountant in any of the organizations, even the computer science. Nowadays, the core subject is computer science, but if you go to the earlier stage, even 5 years or 10 years back, even nowadays, there's a lot of the prominent IT specialists you will get in every aspect, that those who are not educated in the computer science or any IT background they have. Even they are not expert in the mathematics also, but you will find a lot of the IT experts, those who are coming from the Bangalore or any other subject which is not relevant to the core subject. So that's why I should say that technology again. He already mentioned the technology, that is this innovation or disruption, whatever is coming due to cause of the technology. And he rightly also pointed out that yes, what scenario is going on. You see that just today morning, I just read one of the newspaper, maybe you know there's one of our cricketer in Bangladesh, his name is Saqib Al Hasan. He was just escaped for a serious accident because when his helicopter is dropped him in one of our beach area, Bazaar. So when he fly back to Dhaka, on the way the helicopter was accident and the two passengers was instantly died. So why they died? Because the reason, the pilot repeatedly requests them not to open the door, but they are taking the selfie. They are taking the selfie from the helicopter, and then I think you know that it's simply impossible to control when the door is open. So the pilot, he mentioned, because he escaped. The two passengers died who was taking the selfie from the helicopter just yesterday. So you see, that's another, I'm quite sure, the bad news for the technological development of whole nation. And I'm quite sure that it's a very common scenario in everywhere, that the young student are dying. Maybe he's crossing the road, putting his arm, and maybe he's not following the what's command or what signal is coming. So that's another bad luck, and I'm quite sure these sorts of accidents is going on very frequently. I'm quite sure through the YouTube, through the Facebook, you already experienced. So I don't like to going through this few points. But again, where I'd just like to put that we need to change our education system. And at the same time, I'm quite sure, sir, we need to interact, change. I think as the global education trend also need to be changed, because as much as exchange student can be possible to enhance the educational backbone, I'm quite sure the student will get the more interaction with the global changing. From our university, so I'd like to give the few points from our university. As you also understood from my introduction, I'm a businessman. So when I established my university in 2002, it was one of my determination my university should be slightly different than all other universities. Because my intention was that our university should be identified as an entrepreneur university. And it's one of the challenges that our university students should not be jobless. So there's a lot of the initiative we did it in our university, and slowly we also try to implement a lot of the innovative course curriculum, which is not just systematic or inherited, is going on. Like 5 years back, we introduced one of the course in our university, the art of effective living. So you know, the students do not know how to interact with each other. They do not know how to behave with other people. They do not know how to making the friendship or the networking. So considering this intention, we already established one of the, even the religious value. A lot of the religions is going on in every country, but even the people, maybe he seems to be, he's very religious, but honestly speaking, by value, he is not maintaining properly, because the all religious is human mankind. I think every religion is giving the value of the human. But you see, in a lot of cases, the people are not following the religious values. So from the religious point of view, and at the same time, the human values, we established one of the course, Art of Effective Living, in the 5 years back. And it was a very big challenge for me when I established this course. Because all senior faculty told me that whole world there was no course such a art of effectively. Why I'm going to introduce this course? But anyway, luckily I think all of our faculty member now is one of the big fan of our this course, because every student, it is mandatory for 3 credit hour. At the same time, now we also introducing in our university from the day one. From the 2002 when I established the university, in that time the email was not very popular. But it was one of the mandatory in our university. The student and the teacher must, they have to use the email, because the email is their basic ID. So any source of interaction from the university through the system, they must have to maintain their email ID. So it was very big challenge for me to establish in 2002. So a lot of my, even the USA, UK and the European university also asked me how is success in 2002. But luckily I was 100% successful to implement the IT in every aspect in our university. And of course our university also had the lot of the IT introduction or interaction, like forum, like you see it is mandatory in our university. The teacher, whenever they conduct any class, they must have to upload this class and the PowerPoint presentation to the system. And in this system, through this system, the student need to interact with each other. So a lot of cases, if in any cases the student miss the classes, they can interact through the system, and some other friend is also interact. So what happened? The discussion is very powerful. You know, the one of the teacher, when they already uploaded their course curriculum to the system, some of the student may ask some question. Maybe teacher, he forget to log into the system, but some other colleagues or some other student maybe give the response. So this way we also get the fantastic benefit, because maximum of our students really enjoy it. At the same time, now we also interact with the Facebook, because all of the close group we also introduce in our university. So every teacher, they have the close Facebook group. So among with the student, those who already conducting. So what happened, you know, the students are now too much mature enough about the Facebook. It is simply impossible we can think, as I already mentioned. So what happened, the student is also getting the interaction through the Facebook, the what's going on, what's course curriculum, or what interesting things is going on. At the same time, I should, as I mentioned, because we have one powerful forum, we have at least few million topics in our forum. So what happened, the student and teacher, both of them, in any specific field, wherever they are getting any new idea or new innovative, any linkage or any papers, they just uploaded in the forum and they share each other through the Facebook. Because the forum is instantly can also share all social networking. So student easily and the teacher easily, when they uploaded any new idea related to the any course topics, they already uploaded to the forum, and they also shared this forum or the topics to the some other social networking. So whatever, student easily get interaction and they are not feeling bored to any of the topics. And also we must just implement another system, that without evaluation of the class, we are not publishing the examination result. So it is mandatory to getting his or her result, they must have to evaluate the whole class system, even the teacher, before getting the exam result. So it's a very, I'm sure it's a very common system and very adaptable system by our student. And I should say that again, which already mentioned, the student exchange, as I talked with ISME, and thank you very much, because when yesterday I visited for a few minutes to this institute, suddenly it came up my mind that maybe our student can easily interchange with ISME, and already I got the offer that you already have this opportunity, because it's my personal understanding that nowadays students need to be the more involved for the mobility. And you know that the Erasmus and European Union and also the USA, everywhere, they are giving the highest emphasis on the mobility. And Erasmus, they have a huge fund now, only focusing the mobility. So from our university, I think this few minutes back, Mr. Bhushan Dhawan is told me that he already know that one of our faculty is now visiting the UK. So there's the 3 faculty is also visiting the UK through the Facebook. He also getting the update. So this is one of our common platform from our university. We are trying to frequently sending our faculty and the student to the various university. I think every year almost 700 plus minus student is visiting to the various European university. But still, I should say the Asian university is most highest number of exchanges going on, because you know there's a visa and other expenses is not much possible for us to exchange student to the European country. So I should say that the ISME and definitely the India other institute has a very good opportunity to just enlarge or extend the opportunity for this mobility. And as Bangladesh is a very neighboring country and it's very easy for us also to visit. So considering the technological involvement, technological development and global perspective, you see maybe the Bangalore student do not know what's going on in Singapore. Bangalore student maybe do not know what's going on in Japan, Korea. So if very easily we can exchange student for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks with the technological involvement, I'm quite sure it will be giving more strong contribution in the near future. So I have two last points. One, 2 years back, one of the great initiatives is done by the few Asian university. Is an online platform. It's the Global Access Asia (GAA). It's one of the Korean university, few Korean university and few Japanese university took this initiative. And luckily, we are also one of the great contributors from Bangladesh. 65 university, even few of the university from India is also joined, and the BIT is also one of the university. So 2 universities joined from the India. This Global Access Asia, they just form one platform. Like any university can join this Global Access Asia. So through this platform, the university or institute can just disseminate their course curriculum through this platform. So I'm sure there's a lot of the Indian institute can also the possibility to join in the Global Access Asia. The 65 countries now is part of this Global Access Asia. Almost 37 courses are now conducting through the Global Access Asia. Its website is gaa.ac or gaa.org maybe. If you just search the Global Access Asia, you'll find it. So my second and last appeal to all of you that please, I think this platform, just as I understood, it's going to be the very fantastic platform is going, and a lot of these stakeholders is joining this today's session. So maybe you can also try to bring in this platform so that what happens in the near future, I'm quite sure that's because again everybody will agree that the technological invention and the technological innovation, we don't know what will be the next. So this networking we can also utilize through this platform in the near future so that this disruptive innovation or this technological innovation we can or you can or we can incorporate so that we can get benefited in the near future. Thank you very much. We shall be good.